When last we left us, I think we were all staying overnight at that tavern in town.
Yeah, you had just gotten to the what is it called? The different baboon, which is very different because it's a spider.
Yep.
It's one of those medieval illustrations that doesn't actually look like anything that remotely like the thing it is.
Yeah, but nobody's seen a baboon, so they've just heard it has long limbs and climbs trees, and they're like, "Oh, spiders!"
Seems good.
So yeah, you all arrive at the different baboon, and the soldiers are kind of on their way. Although Mia, if you would like to stop Val and talk to them, this is a good chance for you to do that.
Sure. Yeah, we could do that.
Hit on Val. Hit on Val.
How does Mia hit on Val or anyone?
Right.
What's Mia's idea of flirting?
Oh, I mean, because Mia already had that thing where Jenna tried to take them on a date, and Mia didn't think it was a date. So I feel like Mia doesn't really know how to flirt or be super romantic. Mia's idea of a crush is just let's go be best friends with this person, but also kind of touchy-feely best friends, because that's just kind of the person that Mia is. I think that's pretty good. So I think that's what Mia's doing. Is just walking along with Val and just asking them a bunch of questions and poking their armor and stuff.
And I think finally they turn a little bit. It's going to slow down and let the other soldiers walk ahead and kind of look at you and say, you're a strange person, Mia. But it's in an admiring way. It's not a making fun of you or insulting you way. It's you're strange. And I want to learn more about you because you're so weird.
Good. And I think Mia makes the face in my new character portrait, because I went back through the Twitter person's thread and found some more more pictures, because that's what happens when you just steal someone else's OC.
That is adorable.
So yes, what are the moves? What are moves?
I think you're trying to entice here. If I can open this, maybe.
Entice
What it open? There it is.
That seems pretty good. Always roll for the party. Roll on. Oh, I rolled 3.
Oh no. Okay, what do you say that either convinces her that you're not interested, or is just too weird?
Oh, what do I say? It's gotta be something that just really, really makes them shoot.
Weren't they really weirded out by the vine rope thing?
Oh yeah, no, that was Phoebe. I think, yeah.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I don't know what I do that really weirds them out so much. I'm wondering if there's any other big secrets that I could drop that would be really problematic for our group. Things that
Oh, okay. We could
Like,
definitely we could go a different direction with this.
Yeah. I'm feeling like maybe that direction seems a
Okay,
little bit.
sure. Yeah. Val comes back to the tavern with you. And like you're sitting there having a drink, and what do you tell them?
I mean, it's got to be something about how like there's some like there isn't as much magic, but like one of the reasons why there is so much magic in that area is because there's got to be some sort of like center of magic in the forest, like some special clearing or something that is kind of the root of the magic.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And
Yep.
so I just got to like drop all that.
Do you happen to say Periwinkle's name?
Periwinkle's the other witch.
It's a retired witch, yeah.
Yeah.
Retired.
Yeah. Why not?
Okay. Oh, maybe she has something to do with this that magical clearing or something. Who knows? But yeah, okay, cool. And they kind of like you notice them pause slightly and kind of make almost a mental note of this, and then go on talking to you and asking you questions and showing great interest in your life and your opinions. And
yeah, it's awesome. I mean, maybe other people notice the slight pause and noting. I know.
Yeah, I think Asheara. So Mia's over there with one of these soldiers, telling them all about her life and all about your village and the people in it, and just nonstop information.
Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha. Okay. I think what Asheara is going to do is she's going to sort of bumble, sort of stumble into the middle of this, and lean in between them and go, Mia has the most vivid imagination. I don't know where she gets this stuff. Can you believe this? I mean, it's amazing. Get her to tell you about the animals. You will love it. It is the best stuff. And she buys 2 beers and like sits them down in front of each of them, and like wanders off with a beer in her hand. Yeah, I think
there's no convince roll, but you're definitely doing something here.
Maybe would it be maybe a variant of like entice or something? I'm trying to basically confuse them.
Would you
or befuddle maybe?
Befuddle, yeah, that sounds about right.
Maybe defy danger with wits or something.
I think, yeah. That
or
yes,
heart,
cleverness or knowledge to avoid a problem.
Yeah, or heart. Yeah. Would it be more heart or wits at this point? It's maybe heart, because I'm trying to.
You're using charm and social insight.
Okay, let's. What's the roll for your party? I knew that it's on the character keeper somewhere, but I'm
adequately charmed unicorn. Paste it in the.
Okay, there we go. Okay, I have both wit and heart of 1, so I guess either one of those would have worked. Okay, that's a 6 on the dice plus 1 is a 7. So
all right,
just barely.
Yeah, look at defy danger here. Okay, hard choice or success at a cost.
Let's see. Maybe for success at a cost, maybe maybe some of that nonsense portentous stuff starts to show up.
Yeah,
Like I'm trying to pretend that she's all making this stuff up, and then all of a sudden, like the some one of those odd portentous entities shows up, like one of the portraits on the wall starts to talk or something like that.
the spider, the there's a painting on above both sides of the door, the inside and the outside. So the one on the inside moves, and you see it like its eyes turn toward you, and the eyes look human. They look familiar, and then they're gone.
And I just taken a pull of the beer, and then I'm like, let's go put that back on the counter.
Does anyone else see these portents when you see them, or is it just you?
Well, I think anybody can see them. Like it's not just like they're, because that's what makes them so much trouble.
Right. Okay. So Mia, you see this too.
Okay.
And that's probably what's distracting enough that you kind of break off of this line of telling her in great detail about your life.
And I think Asheara is like I need some fresh air, and she steps outside, kind of onto the porch area, and she's just sort of, if there's a bench or like a chair out there, she's going to like sit down and like take a few deep breaths, lean back, and
okay, yeah. Let's say there's a bench, and when you sit down, a breeze kind of kicks up, and some leaves blow onto the porch, like, and kind of land on the floor. And you look down, and they're arranged. They're like these big, broad lobed leaves, and they're arranged in the shape of a star.
Oh, damn it.
Portents everywhere.
She sort of looks around. She's like sort of tries to smudge them away, and as she smudges them away, like some other leaves blow up on the other side.
Feels like a good time for Jenna to like
yeah,
pop up.
What's up, Jenna?
How's it going? See, the leaves aren't working for you.
Yeah, it looks like on the way out, that weird spider monkey painting winked at me too. So usually if this much stuff starts to happen, that usually means something's about to happen. And she's like looking around, like like she's gone, like that gone to that sort of hyper awareness thing maybe you've seen before, where one thing starts to build up to the next thing, and now she's just waiting for the other shoe to drop and trying to see what else is going to happen.
So when it winked at you, did you wink back?
No, inside I just thought it was like maybe I'd hit that local brew a little too hard, because that stuff was stronger than I thought it would be. So I was like, oh well, maybe I just need to like drop this and come outside and get a breath of fresh air, and then the leaves, and I was like, oh, that's what it was.
Well, I don't know. What if it is a baboon? We could see if it wants to be our friend. That would be a good thing, right?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure. See, when I look back at the painting, it looked normal again. So,
sometimes, like, what are them called? The stick bugs, the bugs that are sticks, they look like sticks when they stop moving, but then you go talk to them and they're actually bugs. Maybe it's the same thing with this baboon.
Okay. I didn't know you could talk to bugs, number one. But if you want to take a look at that painting, it's the one just inside the doorway. I mean, see if you see anything.
Yeah.
About it. But it looked, when I look back at it after I put the beer down, it looked normal. So I
just need you to pick up the beer again if I don't have luck finding this baboon.
Okay, I think I left the beer on the counter in there. So just let me know. Okay. I'm going to, and outside she's like trying to scuff more of those leaves off the porch, and it's it works for a minute or two, and then like the breeze
And then,
keeps like blowing
the
up. in
stars
different
gotten
locations.
bigger, and now it's like each time.
I don't think that's working too well for you, but I'm going to try to make friends with the baboon.
Maybe I should just come back inside. Let me just come back inside.
Yeah.
And I'll go back and get that beer now. Maybe I do need that beer.
Does Jenna cautiously walks under, like in the doorway, underneath where I assume the picture is,
Mhm.
and like tries to check it out to see if it is in
Oh.
fact a real
Yeah,
baboon.
how do you do that?
Can I is it figuring out a person?
Let's see if there's any of the questions that I don't know that any of those questions would apply.
Fair.
Let's see.
Oh, I can commune with the unseen.
Yeah, go ahead and try that. Sounds good.
Okay, so I'm going to add a soul to this. Reroll selected. Oh, I don't. Wait, no. Let me see how bad my soul is.
No, your soul's good.
My soul's good. So that is a 8, which means
Okay. Okay, you're giving an unseen a string on you.
mhm.
Okay, and roll plus soul, and choose 2 from the above list, but something goes awry. Okay.
Whew. Okay. Good questions. I would like to learn something important from the unseen.
Okay.
And let's temporarily alter the metaphysical nature of a place. That seems like a good call to make on the tavern.
That's a great idea.
Okay, and what is the thing that goes awry?
Oh, I get to choose that? Oh, good. Oh no.
These are
I destroy non-sentient life in a small but noticeable area, or suffer a condition. Can I cause a haunting?
You can absolutely cause a haunting.
That's what I've always wanted.
Okay, so
Your very
tell me
own
about
haunting.
what kind of spirit are you communing with here?
Well, I was trying to say hi to the different baboon, because if it winked, then it probably was either an actual baboon or a ghost.
Okay.
So,
So you're communing with the spirit of the different baboon,
yes.
which is a painting of a spider. But it can absolutely be haunted. Like that. Someone has to have died here and be inhabited. You know what? The painter who painted that spider, when they died, their spirit it now inhabits the painting.
Excellent.
They died while carving it. That's why on the side, or while painting it. That's why on the side the signature just looks like
Perfect. Okay. Cool. But like they haven't been active. You know, this place isn't known to be haunted or anything, but you just woke them up.
I'm sure they wanted to be friends with me.
You wanted to learn something important and
temporarily
alter the metaphysical nature of a place. Okay. I guess how do you do that second one? What alteration do you make?
I think Jenna focuses really. So imagine this painting's above the door, and Jenna takes a couple steps back to be able to make eye contact with the different baboon spider thing, and takes a deep breath and tries beaming her largest smile, trying to like entice it out, whatever it is. And when nothing happens, because I don't know, painting of a spider probably doesn't get smiled at that often.
The outside one does, because people are relieved to get here and like to this nice, warm, and or shady, whichever season it is in. But from the inside, not so much.
Yeah, no, I don't think that painting would be used to that. And after a time, she realizes she's not getting a response, so she really starts to focus in on it, and that's not necessarily a good thing, because I think her focus like kind of alters it alters the entire in this process to kind of pull it a little closer to the spirit realm to say hi to whatever the spirit is. Which, in front of a doorway into the outdoor world, I'm sure that's not an awful plan. But just everything takes a slight how there's the pictures that get shifted, so there's like one edge that's colored in like blue or something.
Uh-huh.
Everything moved. I feel like everything has that sudden appearance for a moment and then maybe fades a little bit.
Okay.
So everyone gets to play in the ghost realm with me.
Awesome. So it's not so much that you wake this ghost up as that like you bring the whole in to the ghost.
Yeah, to be its friend. If sure the painter wanted that.
I mean, no, he's happy to have friends. Like he, being locked in a painting is kind of boring. So you see the ghost like just come out of the spider painting and lower himself to the ground and look at you and look around like, I'm free, thank you, and try to hug you. And of course, like his arms go right through you because he's a ghost.
Oh, well,
but he's very happy. He's like, he's a little drunk, which he was when he died. I think what happened is he fell off the ladder that he was standing on to paint this the spider, and it was just kind of a freak accident. He hit the ground exactly wrong.
That makes sense. I think Jenna goes in for the hug because Jenna hangs out with ghosts, and like that's rude to not hug a ghost back.
Yeah.
Whatever. And it's like, oh, I'm so glad. My name's Jenna. What's yours?
I'm not Aloysius. My name is Aloysius.
Aloysius?
Yeah. Thank the random name generator.
Thanks.
Which I read a couple times before the session, so it would have names.
Nice.
So wait, does the unseen realm have a string on me, or does Aloysius have
Aloysius has a string on you. Although, I mean, he's not particularly dangerous, I don't think. But I think like the whole unseen realm having a string on you seems. You know what? You brought the into the unseen realm. The unseen realm has a string on you.
Fair. Yep. Cool.
Oh, you need to learn something, right?
Those important deets.
Yeah. What does he say?
Because I'm sure he's seen a lot being on the doorway.
Yeah. How long do you think he's been there?
I think he's been there extremely long time. I'm betting there he's been there longer than some of this rambunctious sheriff capturing police force thing has been happening.
Okay, well, I mean that hasn't been happening. Well, this particular sheriff, it hasn't been happening long. Yeah, let's say he's been there for, I don't know, 15 years.
Nice.
So things have changed a lot in that time, and he looks like, you think I could get a drink?
Yeah. Here, let's walk over to my friend.
The sheriff's gonna come in, and he's gonna, like, he doesn't hold with ghosts. Last I heard, he was trying to get something that was supposed to banish all the ghosts.
That's rude. I can't believe he's doing that. That's
I wasn't a ghost at the time. It seemed like a good idea to me at the time, but now
there's always a reason.
I mean, he kind of looks around. He's like, I know some of these people. There are a lot. Okay, it must not have worked.
No, probably not. Ghosts are more complex than most folk give them credit for. But have you heard anything? So I'm from the next town over, which I don't remember if we named.
You didn't, although you certainly can.
Okay. We're gonna call it Glenn's Field then, because I'm not feeling good at names.
Sounds good.
Have you heard anything about people trying to help out Glensfield or doing something bad to Glensfield, or have you seen
Glensfield? Where's Glensfield? I've
It's
never heard that.
it's to the that direction over the hill through the forest a little bit.
In the middle of the forest.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the outlaw camp?
Mhm.
It's got a name now?
Yeah. We're special like that.
Have I heard it? I mean, no.
I can't remember the name of the
I know
lady.
it's there. There's the outlaw camp there, but nobody goes there because bad things happen to people who go there.
Yeah.
They come out and rob people once in a while, but
yeah. It's their fault. Well, who's the freaking lady? I can't remember her name. Who was bringing the soldiers to her?
Oh, that's Rosie.
Oh yeah.
I don't think she's been there that long. So
well, have you seen Rosie? Description of Rosie.
Rosie,
may have met other people here. Sheriffs, police badges,
I know a Rosie. She's not an outlaw.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Can you tell me more about your Rosie?
She's a nice girl from yet another nearby town. She seems to have an interest in politics.
Yeah, that Rosie.
I don't know her well. She comes in sometimes.
Sorry, what?
I said, I don't know her well. She comes in sometimes. She brought in some papers once. She wanted to nail them up on the wall.
Oh, some papers. Did anybody take those papers?
No, they wouldn't even let her nail them on the wall.
Oh, that's responsible. I can see. You don't want to ghosts who inhabit taverns. You don't want to anger
about some kind of issue it wasn't even in our town. I don't know why she wanted
but it was my town, so you should tell me more what you can remember.
It wasn't Glensfield either. It was, man, it's weird. An outlaw can't have a name like any other town. But
here's a
dream.
That. Maybe this will help with your thoughts. And Jenna reaches over, grabs the drink from Asheara's hand, and places it in front of this ghost, who people may or may not be able to see. It's fine.
I think people can see him. I think people aren't sure he's real. I think a lot of people have like put down their drinks and are staring and kind of squinting, like they can't quite make him out, but like they think something's there. It's kind of an odd reaction. They're not scared, but they're also not sure what's going on.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, he tries to drink the beer and it just like spills on the floor.
Well, how does it taste? Does it still taste good after 15 years?
And he kind of like thinks about it. It's like, yeah, it tastes like beer, but I taste it with like all of me. It's very strange.
That makes all the hugs a little uncomfortable, but that's okay. We'll just keep going.
Yeah, what do you okay, you wanted to learn about Rosie. I don't think he would know much about Rosie other than that she was from yet another nearby town and was interested in politics, which you already know that.
Yeah.
I think that the old sheriff wanted to banish ghosts, and your town used to be an outlaw camp.
Cool. That's all great information.
Like, none of those things is earth-shattering, but I think the combination adds up to some substantial information.
Awesome. Thank you so much. It was so lovely to meet you, and you did such a fine job on that painting up there. Absolutely stunning picture of a baboon. So realistic.
It's thank you for the lovely evening. It's been so nice to get out of there. He goes to shake your hand. His hand goes right through yours.
Still goes to shake. Anyway.
I just I was about to say if you ever need a painting, but I don't know that I could hold a paintbrush.
That's okay.
And
I
he
enjoy
just
the paintings you've made.
slowly drifts backwards up to the painting and like disappears into the wall. And things kind of solidify in the end of it.
Cool. Jenna looks around to see if anybody's paying attention and tries to grab like a rag from the barkeep just to wipe down the floor where the beer got spilled before returning it.
To give you that rag.
But I think like Asheara tries to stop me. She's like, no. I mean, you're not gonna get that floor any cleaner than it already is. Just you probably just actually clean that spot on the floor.
Oh. It'll. Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying.
But hey, maybe we should both go get some beers because that was interesting.
Mia, Val, backs up, scoots their chair like much further back than necessary, stands up abruptly, says, "It's been nice, I have to go," and runs out the door.
Oh
no.
A little creeped out by the ghost.
Mia sits there looking sad and confused, and then wanders over to the other two. My friend just left.
I'm sorry. That's hard.
That seemed to be going well.
Yeah, I thought so too. She was so interested in me and the town and the forest and all the cool magical stuff that just like shows up all over the place.
Maybe it was just too much for them to take in all at once. Maybe they just needed some time to think.
Maybe an hour or so.
Are you sure they were into you, or were they trying to get secrets out of you?
I mean, I was just looking for a friend.
What are we? Us here, chopped liver.
If you would like to figure out a person, you can absolutely roll that.
God knows a move that Mia will never use.
I would like to
It just
figure
feels
out.
wrong to do so.
I respect that. Okay, so it's going to be rolling plus wit. Nine plus my wit. Of 0 would be 9.
Okay. You can ask 2 questions from the list, but they may ask one of you too.
Cool. And this is just to make sure, is this towards my dear friend Mina?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
At least I assume so.
Yeah, I'm like, I think so, but I just wanted to make sure. What do you hope to get from Val?
I don't know. I feel like Val's exciting because they're from like further out from the village. So I feel like Mia wants some like danger and excitement, and that's kind of like what is attractive about them.
That makes sense. Oh no. I don't know Uh, how could I get you to stop leaking secrets to Val?
Oh man. I'm trying to think if this might be one of those times where the answer is like, you can't. I think that it's the idea of like secrets doesn't really exist for me.
Oh,
I think that you would have to like explain, like convince them that like if you do this, bad things will happen, and that Val is not good.
okay. Okay, cool. And I think you get to ask me a question.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, because I have no wit, and I only rolled a 9.
Excellent. Oh man.
There are the questions in chat.
Sanko. Leaning towards what you hope to get. How could I? Oh man. I think as you are asking me questions, that Mia will have a rare flash of insight, and I will ask you, what are your feelings toward Mia?
Oh no. Oh no. Well, you know, we went on a date.
That was a date?
That was a
What?
date. We went on a. Oh. I thought it was like a thing. Like at least not.
Oh
Well.
man. Thunderbolt of realization.
Jenna's just very flustered after that and just kind of shuts down for a little bit.
Mia just looks at you with those glowing, cute eyes.
They're just so
And then just kind
sparkly.
of goes, oh.
Oh.
And then Jenna turns even more red and kind of runs away.
Yeah. Perfect.
Actually, if you wanna roll entice, Mia. For the
Sure.
second time in the past 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'll roll so good again. It'll be great.
You might gain some strings. Who knows?
All right, I got a 5, but I think you roll that with. Oh
I
no!
believe it's heart, but
Oh
check.
no!
It's
It's
hard.
Yep, I blew it.
Oh no. Okay. There's
Yeah,
no.
I guess I should have put something in heart. I thought heart was the like understanding people, but I guess it's a lot more than that.
Well, it helps to understand people if you want to entice them.
I want to entice people through my not understanding of them. But it doesn't work this time.
Yeah, I think under some circumstances you could probably roll. I think the Spooky Witch has that ability or one of those moves to roll with a different stat, but
Yeah, I do. It's spooky.
Oh, do we get XP on failure in this game?
Yes, you do.
As I blow all my rolls.
You get XP on failure and advance 5.
Cool.
Cool. Okay, so
basically they like were looking at each other for a minute, and then Jenna just basically like not really ran away, but like moved very quickly away.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Jenna is too embarrassed by the situation to stick around and have the conversation that would enlighten both of you.
Too hard, must leave.
Easier to have conversations with ghosts than.
Yeah. Ghosts are real nice. They don't judge you too much. You know where they're coming from. You probably don't have crushes on them. It's fine.
Like, if between you and a ghost, you already know it's not going to work out. Like, you're not going to get your heart broken.
Yeah.
True.
See, get it? You figured me out.
You didn't even have to roll for that.
Nice.
So I think Asheara is just sort of like she like looks back and like she's not really sure what just happened because that exchange didn't seem to like just from hearing it, the actual words exchange didn't seem to lead to like Jenna running off upset and Mina just sort of staring confused and staring after her in a confused way. Is that kind of the way things look? Am I reading that right?
I think that sounds pretty
Yep.
good to me.
Yep, that sounds A+ great.
Okay. Okay. I think Asheara doesn't feel like she's really in a place to figure out what the heck just happened between the two witches. That maybe just some witch stuff that she's just not equipped to understand. But I want to try and figure out Val.
Okay.
What was Val after? Like, I got to see them talking for a little bit. They talked a little bit on the way into town while we were walking together. I just want to see, if I can figure out like what their deal was.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, see to figure someone out. I get to roll plus wit.
Yep.
So that's +1. That's not too bad. Ooh, that's a 12.
Also, keep in mind for figure out a person, if you have a string on the person, you can spend it and get +3.
Okay. I don't think I have any strings on Val.
Yeah, you know, but
yeah, if as soon as I use it on one of the people, the one person I do have a string on, I rolled a 12 total.
okay. You get to ask 2 questions. Hello, now or later. They don't get to ask you any questions, so
Okay.
which is good because they're not here.
Okay, so what? Just based on my observations, which is kind of what I'm having to base all of this on, like, what were Val's feelings toward Mina?
Val is honestly fascinated by Mina, not just her village and the exact details of the magic in it, although she's also very very interested in that. But like, no, I think they're genuinely curious about Mina too.
Okay, and what did she hope to get out of that conversation with Mina?
Oh, information.
Like information for her own purpose. Like
No. She was particularly interested in when Mina mentioned Crone Periwinkle, and when Mina mentioned her theory that there's like some kind of nexus of magic somewhere in the forest.
Okay, so that seemed to perk up Val's ears. Okay.
Yeah, they wanted to know more details about both of those.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think I'm going to try and follow Val.
Cool.
She ran out. I'm thinking she might have tried to like go and maybe report in or something. So I'm going to try and follow her.
Absolutely. Let's see. Justified danger, and like, I think this is plus grace.
Okay.
And it's not whether you're going to be able to follow her, it's whether she's going to notice.
Okay. All right. Well, my grace is +2, so I should have a reasonably decent chance at that, he said before rolling. Total 7 on the dice, or 6 on the dice, plus 2 for grace, so it's a 8.
Cool. Okay. So a hard choice or success at a cost. Yeah, you're gonna follow your Val's not gonna notice you. And you follow her and like into like the city walls, and then to this like large brick building that you notice some bars in the windows, and you realize, oh, this is the jail. And like knocks on the door opens, and a woman like opens the door, looks out, and says, come in. I don't know what it better be important. And Val goes inside and the door closes.
Let's see. How big is that particular building? Is it just like the old Western movie kind of jailhouses where it looks like it's maybe like just a square inside with a couple of cells, or does it look like big enough to like be
it's more of like it's kind of like a series of connected buildings. Like it's kind of distinct in that it clearly was added later, and the bricks look different, and it's probably still got a solid wall in between them, but it's up against the what seems to be an armory or a guard building for the gates, which are open, and there's no guards at the gates. So like the building itself it's bigger than like the Wild West jailhouse, but it's not that much bigger.
Okay. I'm gonna try and get up close enough to where maybe I can hear them talking inside.
Okay.
If there's a small, like little tiny, like alley groove in there where I can like get in there and maybe get close to the window without actually like staring in the window, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
would that be another defy danger or something?
Actually, maybe it's figure out a person. Yeah, I mean, you can if you're listening to the conversation, it could be figure out a person.
Okay. All right. So that would be plus wit. It's a 7 + 1, 8.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. You can ask 2 questions, but they can ask one of you, and it's probably not going to be so much asking as inferring, but
Okay, I think and I'm going against like the person that Val met. Like that's what
okay.
I'm trying to figure out. So I'm listening to their conversation. I think one of them would be trying to remember how okay, what does this other person hope to get from Val's report?
Oh
Like,
boy. Okay. Trying to think of how large scale I'm gonna go here, because she asks specifically about Periwinkle, and in a tone that tells you that she is not fond of Periwinkle. And she asks about you, like the people that escorted the soldiers. What were they like? Oh, they were witches. How did you know? What did they do that was witch-like? And Val describes the vines and the glowing ghost. And
I had forgotten about that.
You also glean that the person Val's talking to is the sheriff. And the sheriff kind of pauses a little bit at each of these things, and then finally gives this sort of laugh and illusions, tricks, they train vines. Why are people afraid of this place?
I love that. I love the idea that we can train vines. That's awesome.
Guess you can technically do that, just not super quickly, generally speaking.
Unless you're me.
Okay, let's throw something interesting. What does the sheriff love most?
What does the sheriff love most? Okay. I'm trying to think of how much she would tell Val.
I think it would probably have to be like an inference, like the way she's asking questions about particular
things. No, okay. I think she's a little bit just kind of straightforward about it. She mentions her father. in a way that's like you're not sure if he's dead or if he's just like somewhere else, but it's clear that he is kind of a motivating force behind what she's doing.
Oh.
That's interesting. Okay. And this is the new sheriff, right? Not
This is the new sheriff.
Okay. Have we heard kind of how long this particular sheriff has been doing this job? Like,
Not long, and like a few months.
okay.
There's also a new baron. The old one died a few months ago.
Okay. Okay. Does I guess what question would she ask me?
Yeah, and how would she find this out? Let's see.
There'd probably have to be some side thing that Val noticed or something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe Val's a very good noticer.
I think that Val is more observant than they seem. What are your feelings toward the village?
Let's see, the village in general, I think there's a little bit of ambivalence there. Like she genuinely does like the villagers. Like she enjoys like the time that she spent there. But she's also feels a little guilty because part of the reason that she spent the time there that she has is because all of the magical forces at play are in and around that forest and around that village seem to be sort of mitigating her own prophetic mojo, and that seems to kind of give her, it feels to her like it gives her a little bit more peace than she would otherwise have. Like what's been happening in the village is what she normally would get, like the leaves all blowing into a star-shaped pile, paintings winking at her, like all sorts of stuff like that. That would normally be like the thing that would be always following her around. But in the village, there's less of that because there's so much other magical stuff like going on. Like I think it sort of plays havoc with the all of those portents being able to show up like they'd otherwise want to.
Okay, so I think in this case, what Val noticed and told her was the leaves and the spider winking at you.
Oh,
and
okay.
those things didn't happen. Like weird things were happening, but they didn't seem aimed at you in the forest. And then here in the inn, the weird things that happened up until the ghost seemed to be centered on you.
Okay, I think that's reasonable. And I think she could definitely tell that those things sort of set me off a little bit.
Yeah. That you were trying to hide it, as I think how Val interpreted it.
And
so you have some kind of secret magic.
And she was absolutely right.
Yep. Now whether what was behind all of that, maybe I don't know. Who knows what conclusion the sheriff was coming to on that one, but yeah, definitely. They know you have magic, or something magical is interested in you.
I feel like I'm not really
outside
interested
of the
in
forest.
magic. Yeah, I'm not really interested in magic. Magic is interested in me. That's a really good way to put it.
And of course, also the ghost thing, because because Val could not talk about that.
Fair. Ghosts are good.
Cool. So now the sheriff knows, has a general idea of all of your type of powers. Awesome. That's definitely not going to be a problem.
Oh no. And so I think Asheara is going to basically sort of pull back and try to make her way back to the inn and see if we can she can get Mina and Jenna to leave.
Yeah. What's the reaction there? Asheara comes in and says, "Let's leave."
Yep.
I mean, I think Mia's ready to leave. Like, her friend left. Things are feeling awkward with Jenna.
And I guess where do I have to find Jenna though? I think that'd be the trickier question.
I think Jenna probably just like went to like if there's a stable or something in the back that like people do go to, but it tends to be more like animals / ghosts rather than people. I feel like that would be a like about her speed at that moment.
So you're back there talking to like the ghosts of like
Speggle, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, Speckle's a horse, right? So
Yeah, Speggle's a horse.
it's appropriate.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it probably takes me a while to actually figure out where Jenna went, since she went to the stable. So, I find Mina, and I was like, okay, we need to go, and Mina's receptive to that idea, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And so okay, we need to we need to find where Jenna went, and then she just sort of probably takes us a few minutes of wandering around near the end and going, oh wait, there she is over by the stable.
terrifying.
Definitely a point there where Mia's just like, Jenna,
Phasing through
Jenna, where are you?
I feel like Jenna would like respond once hearing people, but I don't know if she hears Asheara or Mina first.
Oh, roll even or odd. Even would probably be Asheara, and odd would be Mina. Definitely. Just roll like one die.
Apparently, it's Mina.
Hey.
Hey. So I feel like just like more flustered, but I feel like there's only a cap to how flustered you can get, and I think Jenna feels like she's at that moment and kind of is just giving up and is like, whatever, we'll figure it. Like shyly drags herself in the direction of where people are before figuring out what the heck Mina and Asheara want. Because I feel like it's Mina have the like heart panic moment of like, oh no, I don't know if I want to deal with this. And then hear Asheara too and go like, okay, whatever, I guess I have to go do something.
And I think when you I guess walk away around the side of the stable, or however you come back towards the front, she says, okay. Val went and spoke with and told the sheriff about the town. The sheriff seems to be a little too interested in Periwinkle, and not in a good way. I think we need to go and let Periwinkle know so that we can be ready for this, or whatever they're going to send out there next.
Do we want to go tonight when it's dark through the forest again?
I thought I thought we'd already kind of gotten through the dark part. I thought we were into like daytime now, because we walked all the way through the night. Get back there, right?
It didn't take that long. I think it's still dark, but it'll be dawn by the time you get to the village for sure.
Sure.
Okay.
I like
the glowing ghost that led you through the forest the first time.
Oh, okay. If it's still that, maybe we gosh.
But if we do go through the dark, that means A+ chances for more awkward interactions with everyone, because nobody interacts while sleep deprived.
This is true.
Oh man, that's a good point.
So
I feel like everybody probably already left the inn after the ghost thing, so there's probably not very many people left to interact with in there.
You know, I think you're absolutely right, and I think if you do just walk through the night, you can pick which condition you take, but you get a condition.
Oh yeah, there's a list of those.
Yeah, that's what they're there for.
Oh, those are fun. Okay.
Oh, I guess I should look at the... So are we walking in the night?
That would be that's definitely Asheara's position. Like she's worried the sheriff is a little bit too interested in Periwinkle, and the sheriff apparently like knows and she, and Asheara will mention this too. The sheriff seems to know something about my dad, and I can't remember if I actually named them, so I'm going to have to do that.
She mentioned her dad.
Oh,
Yeah.
her dad. Okay,
Yeah.
not my dad. Okay.
Nobody mentioned your dad yet.
Okay. Okay. I've completely misunderstood
Well, it's
that.
also good if you do name him, just in case.
Just in case that does become relevant.
Okay, so but I say that she'd mentioned her dad, and I don't think that Asheara's quite at the level of suspicion to put this together, but she's sort of like walking through that, like she's the sheriff is new, the baron is new. Yeah, there's probably some connection there.
Yeah.
But she's pushing for us to get back because she is worried that that unhealthy interest in Periwinkle might end up in them doing something. We want the village to have as much warning as they can.
Yeah. Well, in order to provide some entertainment, I thought of a great bad idea, which is that I've got this move called I Ship It. And I think that Mia has this idea that, like, this thing with Jenna is awkward. And the solution is obviously that, like, maybe if I got Jenna interested in Asheara, then this would be better.
I can't see how that could go wrong.
So
I can't
like,
see how that could go badly.
during the whole walk, that like Mina's basically just like talking aloud in like hypotheticals about what a good couple the two of you would be.
and not subtly either, I'm guessing.
I mean,
It's
Mina
Mina.
doesn't really
Yeah,
do
so-
subtle.
Subtle is not an option. There's either go or no go.
So
Yeah.
is that like a roll, or how does
There's
that
a
move?
roll here because I want
Do it.
to try the move. It's also with heart, so it's gonna go really well.
I am extremely excited to see if you ship well or poorly.
Okay, I was like, I rolled another 5.
Well, what happens on a 5?
Failure.
I mean, like,
Yeah,
is there a failure condition for that
special in the
move? Oh, okay.
But if anyone can mark XP if anyone becomes smitten with anyone involved, including me.
Well, okay.
I think it'd be hilarious. Okay, I think it might be hilarious if like maybe like with this sort of weirdness going on, maybe like Asheara is like thinking something along that line, because I think Jenna's the only one who's consistently made any effort to actually help Asheara with this stuff, with this portent stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
And I could see something like, that spark kind of, just hitting just right. But at the same time, with the failure condition, maybe at that point is the point that Mina starts to become interested in Jenna. Like you could say, like you weren't really interested that way before, maybe. But like you were talking her up so much.
You're convincing yourself.
That might
that.
be coming, but I don't
give Jenna a string on you. I don't think you're necessarily smitten on her. That's your decision, but I think she does get a string on you.
Yeah, that's very fair. I don't know what the policy is for being smitten on.
That is your decision always.
Yeah, I didn't know if there was a mechanical, because there are mechanical benefits to being smitten.
There are, and it's mostly playbook moves.
Yeah, that whether or not you can just be like smitten.
Just be smitten with everyone. That's fine.
Everyone. But
there's nothing. I think there is a playbook move somewhere that says you can only be smitten with one person, but that's like a one playbook, and I don't think any of you have it. So
that's fair.
I mean, the title of the game is Thirsty. I mean,
yes,
that is true.
It would seem awkward to limit that.
I think the devoted is the only one who has
that would make sense.
Restrictions.
Yeah.
I think Jenna just gets more and more awkward throughout this entire experience because I don't.
Can't imagine why.
It's like either. I mean, being shipping real people is always strange when you like.
Especially right in front of them.
Yes. Yes.
No, it has to be right in front of you because it's to each other.
Yes.
Like, I'm just trying to help you guys see this. It'll be great.
Which is incredibly awkward given that Jenna was like, just like an hour ago, kind of like made more obvious a thing that was kind of that Mina had missed in the first place. So like, wait, you don't like me, but you're willing to ship me with this other person, and none of this is comfortable. It's like, I feel like it's just that level of uncomfortable experience trying to follow this glowing jellyfish.
This kind of like is like if your drunk friend at a party like suddenly just slumped over and put one arm over each person and said, "Hey, you guys would be really great together."
That's exactly what it is. Because Mia is always your drunk friend at the party.
One of the drunk oracles at the bathroom. Seems good.
Yeah.
So if we're marching through the night, I would like to take the condition insecure, because that seems extremely relevant.
Completely appropriate, yes.
Let's see. I think Asheara is feeling guilty. I think she feels like she's kind of. I think she's kind of confronting that sort of realization about herself that maybe she's just been hiding.
Yeah.
And just trying and avoiding things that when she should actually be trying to deal with them, she's just been basically sort of hiding in the forest, hoping things.
And it might be causing problems now. Yeah, it's good.
Cool. I'm sure it's a completely normal walk home in the dark.
Yeah,
awkward
completely normal, extremely awkward.
And the only person talking the whole time is Mina.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I am so close to leveling up. I've learned so many roles.
Well, if anyone who was in that situation gets smitten with anyone else in that situation at any time, you will get another experience.
I think it's just way too awkward for literally everybody except Mina.
Mina's like, I'm doing great.
I found the perfect solution. I can fix this.
Did you become smitten?
No.
Okay. I was just thinking about the XP. It's like you're so fucking close.
I'm sure there will be more XP the next time Mina rolls with heart.
Oh yeah, it's going so well.
Speaking of which, what's your condition?
Yeah, what are my options?
Also, should we take a break after the conditions are all chosen?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Seems
sounds
like
pretty good.
Because I want ice cream.
I guess it's probably also guilty that it's like at a certain point the awkwardness is like finally evident to Mina, and Mina's like, that probably fucked up. And you can tell because like it starts and you guys are like, all right, we have a plan, we're gonna go back, we're gonna talk to Periwinkle, and then Mia gets this idea and then she starts talking, and as she's talking, like you guys get progressively quieter and quieter until it's just Mia talking, and then at a certain point Mia just stops talking and doesn't say anything else. And then you're all walking in silence.
Does her eye color like slowly change as she comes to that realization? Like, does the glow get a different color? Like maybe it's like goes a little blue.
Yeah, it just becomes a little bit more subdued overall. It was like it goes from I've got this great, really good idea to oh no.
Oh, poor glow child.
Yeah, you all get back to the village. I don't see any reason that you need to do anything special. I think any weird creatures out here are going to be intimidated by the glowing ghost jellyfish. And you make it back to the village. It's the sun's rising as you enter the clearing. You do not get caught in a net.
Yeah.
All of us are just slightly uncomfortable in one way or another.
Like the space in between you is much wider as you walk into the village than it was when you left the town.
And really, the reason why nothing bothered us is because none of it wanted to get close to that really awkward silence. Like all these monsters were like creeping up and like, ooh, that's no. I don't want to be involved.
That's palpable. I don't want to touch that.
Yep. So what would you like to do?
I think Asheara wants to talk to Periwinkle. I don't know how easy it is to find Periwinkle, first thing in the morning, but
I think she's just in her house. Yeah. She's working in her garden, which has plants that you've not only not seen anywhere else, but like you've never seen anything in the same genus. Like you don't normally see plants with fangs, but these totally have fangs.
So we're like, I will call out to her from the edge of the garden because I'm not going in there.
Jenna probably follows because like there's nothing else to do, but probably like is trying to pet some of the plants through the bottom of the fence.
There are some ghost plants for sure.
Yes. Pet every ghost.
There are actually some plants that are the ghosts of plants, and there are other plants that are just ghost plants. Like that.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah, some of them are just last year's plants that, Frost killed them, but they decided to stick around as ghosts, and others were just like naturally ghost plants. And they, some of them react, and some of them are just kind of like, are stand still like plants. Others kind of like rub up against your leg like cats.
Yes. I want those in my real life.
And I think Asheara's like awkwardly trying to like not like get into the garden part. It's like Periwinkle, we need to touch base with you about the stuff that happened in town. Oh.
She puts down her, shovel and comes out to the edge of the garden because she's used to people not wanting to enter this garden. And sort of looks at you and says, is this about whatever Rosie's up to?
I'm not sure how much of it Rose is up to and how much of it might just be like interest from the new Baron and the new Sheriff, but they are specifically like interested in you in particular. Like your name was a topic of discussion. Like, so I'm not sure if this new Baron like had something in for you in particular, or if the new sheriff does. I'm not sure what it was because they didn't mention that. I just overheard their conversation between one of the officers that Rosie was trying to bring in and the sheriff.
She like visibly stands up straighter and grins and says, "It's been a long time since the sheriff's been interested in me."
And I think so. I'm not sure it's that kind of interest. I don't think it's a good interest.
Oh, no, that's not what I meant either. I mean, what was that?
I'm not discounting. I'm not completely discounting that possibility. I'm not completely discounting that possibility, but like this seemed like you were like this seemed like a more hostile interest.
Yeah, I have not met the new sheriff. I've heard that she's the word I heard was relentless. So I'm not actually that happy that she knows my name, apparently. But why now? The last sheriff wasn't concerned at all. I mean, the sheriff before that had reason to be concerned, but this new one, what's she?
I got the impression that it might be something like that the Baron might be pressing for, maybe.
There's a new Baron too, isn't there?
Yeah, and she also mentioned something about like her father, which I don't know.
Unrelated. Do you know how to make a love potion? I think Mina might need one.
Well, I'm forbidden from making love potions since that incident, but I've got a recipe you can have.
I would like that.
And I think Asheara's like moving back a little bit and going,
Jenna's full speed ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt your conversation. It sounded very serious, but it's late or early.
Early now.
It's both of those.
At the sun, which is slowly rising above the trees.
It's both of those things. I just wanted to let you know that before I need to get some sleep. But
that is very good to know. Now I'm even more concerned that Rosie seems to want to deal with these people.
I'm not sure how much of that Rosie knows. I don't know.
Oh, when one of the sheriffs doesn't like ghosts.
Father. Yeah, I wonder who. Well, there's a lot of people who may want revenge for their fathers from that time.
What was that time?
Well, this town, it hasn't always just been a town, right?
It was an outpost for bandits. Jenna's very sleepily adding details.
Yes. You know who was leader of those bandits?
Was it you?
Well, it was really Slithering Phoebe, but it was both of us, really.
I was wondering how you knew Slithering Phoebe. Okay.
Oh, we were quite a team.
And now you're not a team?
Well, I live here in the village and I prefer it. I like to be around people, and you've met Phoebe.
Can I try to figure out Crone?
Sure.
Periwinkle. Awesome.
Look at you, figuring people out, solving mysteries.
Gotta try. Although I completely forgot what you add to...
I believe it's wit?
It's wit.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just rolled a 7.
Okay.
So it's a 7.
Okay. So you get to ask 2 questions and they can ask one of you.
What do you hope to get from us?
She wants you to basically stay here and act as defense of the village permanently, like replace her. I think you realize that as the other 2 go off to sleep, and she said, well, wait a minute, Jenna, come on in, I'll get you that recipe.
Oh, yeah.
And she's just kind of talking, just, kind of making small talk, but small talk from a retired witch still tends to reveal a lot. And as she's talking, you kind of gather that she takes it for granted that you are now part of this community. You're going to stay here. You are like the first line of defense now.
Oh, cool. What do you love the most?
Oh. Does she love the most? I mean, I think she loves the village. That like she helped build up from being, an outlaw camp to being like an actual village with, families living here permanently. Like there's a potato farm now, and she's proud of that.
That's awesome. She can ask one of me as well.
Yeah.
Potato farm. Good sense of security.
What do you hope to get from this love potion is what she asked you just straight out.
Called out.
I think the long walk made Jenna super uncomfortable and insecure, and Jenna decided the best course of action was to help Philomena get together with Val, because surely that's the best course of action, and then all of the awkwardness is just on my end, and then I don't have to worry about anything, and it'll be fine. So truly altruistic goals.
Yeah, I love that both of you came to the same conclusion. Like, oh, I'll just hook her up with someone else. It's fine.
Exactly. It's great.
But not without her permission, of course.
And she's like, you want to set that poor dumb girl up with one of the sheriff's soldiers.
Well, when you say it that way, it doesn't sound helpful. But I don't know. I thought I would just make one anyway if you had the recipe, and then I could just give it to her and see what she chose to do with it. Or I don't know.
No. This is a good idea.
It is?
Yeah. If one of the soldiers is in love with Mia, she can get information from them.
I don't know if information would travel quite that way, given the first interaction we saw. It goes the other way. But I'm willing to try. Jenna is really the crashing. The crashing is happening.
She's, please tell her. And well, maybe this is Mia. Maybe don't tell her just right away that you want her to spy on this person that she's apparently smitten with.
Of course not.
Give her the potion. Here, and she hands you the recipe, and she says, "Feel free to take any of the ingredients out of the garden."
Thank you. That's such a high honor. I'm so thankful that you're willing to support young witches. Huh?
Watch out for the rattlesnake weed.
Oh, is that the one that bites?
Yeah, that's why it's called that.
Oh, okay.
The ghost one is fine, but the living one is it can be a bit ornery.
That makes sense. The ghost one makes me tingly sad when it bites me, but didn't think to mention that till now. But you're so good at this whole town thing, and thank you so much. And I think it's bedtime now.
Sounds like it. Good night. Remember, give the potion to Mia and tell her it's for Val.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you all managed to sleep a little bit. When you wake up, Rosie is knocking on one of your probably Asheara's door.
Okay, Asheara sort of, flips her way out of the hammock she sleeps in, and stumbles over to the door. What is it? I'm not gonna. Oh, Rosie.
What do you think you're meddling in? Crone Periwinkle just I don't even know what she was talking about. She wouldn't tell me what she was talking about, but it's got something to do with you and those two witches. What are you doing?
I'm just waking up. What are you doing?
Well, I'm trying to protect our town if nobody seems to realize that.
You were bringing a bunch of armed men to the town at night that nobody knew, and you hadn't told anybody you were going to do. I mean,
Well,
look.
when you say that, it sounds.
I will give you the benefit of the doubt here. Maybe you didn't realize how weird that felt, how weird that sounded, how weird it looked, and how suspicious it would be. Maybe you didn't realize that, but it looked weird. It looked suspicious, and since you would be leading them around, it would have looked a little bit intimidating. It would have looked like you were like trying to lean on people, because that's what people who bring around a bunch of armed guards with them to meet with people tend to do.
Oh, they just wanted to come and talk to, well, our leader, as if we had one, and get a look at the village, and then they were going to go back and talk to their leaders. And well, I'm trying to get us under protection of the barony. We're not an outlaw camp anymore. Nobody here has robbed any travelers in 5 years at least.
Look, are we sure that they want that? Or do you think, or do you not think that they might just want to arrest everybody and claim that they broke up a bandit camp?
What they want to look? This is look around. This is a town. Look. There's a potato field. Potatoes.
Jim goes great potatoes. Okay, there's nothing wrong with Jim's potato farm. But what I'm saying is their interest. If what you're telling me is true about what you wanted to do, have you stopped to think that maybe their interests don't necessarily align with ours?
That's what I was trying to find out. There's a new sheriff. I thought, well, you know what? They might be willing to consider us a town, part of the barony.
So you wanted to pay taxes?
Protection from real bandits, yes.
When have we ever had any trouble with real bandits?
Look, there's a.
Honestly, before now, I didn't realize this. I didn't realize this used to be a bandit town, a bandit camp. To be honest, like I just found that out yesterday. Is it today? Or was it yesterday?
It was
technically probably yesterday.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I
didn't even know that before yesterday. So, like that was a revelation. And I'll be honest,
that's not a secret. You could have asked.
Why would I ask that? Why would I ever ask that?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Well, it's not suspicious at all that this town is just here in the middle of the forest, far from anything.
Oh, it's totally suspicious.
Kind of hidden.
I mean, it's really, really suspicious. But
and that's what I want. I want us to not be suspicious anymore. I want us to be a real, legitimate town.
I am not sure that the sheriff and baron have that same idea. And showing them how to get here before that negotiation happens might not be the best way to go about that. I'm just saying, if you want to negotiate, don't lead them to the former bandit camp turned village. Talk to them first before you get a bunch of armed soldiers in the middle of the village. I mean, let's hold the negotiation somewhere else first.
Okay. You don't have a string on her, do you?
No. She's just. I'm just blundering around talking, and only halfway making sense because she's still a little groggy. Like you don't stay up for 24 hours straight and just have one night of sleep and be like right back where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's, she's rambling a little.
I think I think that she's speaking less as it goes on, and finally she sighs and says, I can see that I'm not going to change your mind, and leaves. And you think maybe she's considering your words a bit.
I'm just I'll hope so. She doesn't seem to be like all bad. Like the ghost didn't seem to like think she was a bad person or anything.
Yeah, I mean the goats are also fine with her, but the ghosts are
the goats are pretty friendly with everybody, honestly.
Goats in her backyard, and they're fine with her.
Goats are very good judges of character. Like, yeah, I'll trust that. I'll trust them on
she's just maybe kind of like Peter. She's a little bit too trusting.
That's
outsiders.
I feel like that's this town.
Well, it was listed as a flaw of this town.
That is true. I forgot.
What I'm thinking is like the people that like are now in the town, like the only person that's still like that might still self-identify as a bandit or even former bandit's probably Periwinkle, and occasionally Slithering Phoebe if she shows up.
Yeah, I think Slithering Phoebe is probably the most bandity person in or near the town. She kind of lives on a who knows where, somewhere on the outside of the town.
I get the impression she like lives in like some sort of she lives in like a treehouse somewhere.
Yeah, something. I don't think anyone knows exactly. I mean, Periwinkle knows, but she's not telling.
No. It's somewhere secret and really awesome is what I'm thinking.
But cool. Okay, so let's see. Is there anything? Mia, what have you been up to?
I think that we get a scene of Mia kind of like going out into the woods and like trying to recenter themselves and doing some of that.
Okay. What's that look like?
Yeah. I mean, I think that this is that we see. I think we described in the last time that there was the like tree branch over the waterfall.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which is next to a clearing, which I think is the so-called like nexus of magic.
Okay.
And then we see that like Mia kind of like goes out there, and we can see that like as she gets closer to that, she glows more, and that there's more like weird magical like extra growy vines and like weird stranger creatures over there. And then it's kind of more just like showing off the setting.
Cool. So like you're sitting there near the waterfall in this clearing, glowing, and are you paying attention to your surroundings, or is it more like kind of daydreaming? Or
probably daydreaming. That sounds about right.
Yeah, in that case, you don't notice Slithering Phoebe until she sits down beside you. And she says, this... I figured you'd be drawn here.
This is a good place.
Good, bad, it's a powerful place. You are good. So, to you, it's a good place.
Is it not good to you?
It depends on what I'm using it for today.
Oh, after my heart.
I mean, what are you using it for?
She chuckles. Just nothing at the moment. It was more hypothetical. I've got. Well, you tell me. Will I be needing magic today?
I mean, not for me, I don't think.
No, not for you. I just had a little talk with Periwinkle.
I don't know. Everyone just like seems like everyone wants all these different things that Jenna and the Asheara seem to think that Val and the soldiers want something from the forest, and Periwinkle wants something from the soldiers, and I feel like Jenna wants something from me, and maybe I want something from Val. I don't know. It's also confusing.
Val is the soldier that Periwinkle talked about, isn't?
Yeah, the one with the hair that does this.
Yeah. Well, it's too late to warn you about that. So, maybe you're the wrong person to talk to. Maybe I should talk to Asheara. But look, I know you're, the peaceful animal lover, happy nature person here, but just be ready to fight if you need to.
And I think like Mia takes a second, like thinking about it, and then looks around and is like, okay. I mean, I guess to defend a place as special as this.
Let me back up a little. Do you have any idea how to fight? I see you carry that stick around, but
Maybe Mia kind of like whips out the stick. It's like, yeah, it's really cool, isn't it?
it's an excellent stick. Here, and she picks up a stick. She says, "All right, show me what you got."
Yeah, and Mia just kind of like runs forward with the super obvious like slash that you can see coming a mile away.
Let's see. Okay, so you're not really fighting here. Are you?
Yeah. Let's give me a chance to blow another roll.
Yeah, you need. I think you should roll something here. I'm not sure what you should be rolling because you're not really fighting. You're not trying to hurt her.
Yeah.
Unless you are.
No.
But you're also, I don't think, trying to entice her.
No, I don't think I'm trying to entice her, and I'm not like. If I was a different kind of character, this would be like the figure out move through
but
the fighting. But that's still not me.
Yeah.
God, I need like
So I think this has got to be dividing.
Style turn someone on.
Yeah. Well, that would be entice. You could. You don't have to be intentionally turning her on. You can roll entice. Yeah.
Let's do it. Can I use that with grace because we're fighting? Maybe Mia's surprisingly
that
good
makes
at
sense.
it.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll find out. Probably not by how my dice have been treating me. Oh wait, I'm gonna delete these dice and get new ones.
Because you don't want that luck.
This is gonna make all the difference. I know it.
Seems good.
Bam, I rolled a 7. I got a 9.
Hey.
I'm so good I made the roll.
Okay. Let's see. Are you gonna gain a string on her? Is she gonna get flustered and awkward? Promise you something she thinks you want, or give in to desire? I don't know what she would. I mean, she desires to like she's being honest here. She wants to know that you can help defend the town. So I don't think there's really anything like that's what she wants from you right now. What does she think you want other than Val?
Everyone's calling you out.
And I don't think she can promise you Val. She doesn't seem flustered. I think you just gain a string on her.
Okay.
And
right.
she's impressed. Like you hold your own. You don't you don't do anything spectacular, but she steps back after a while, kind of sweating, and says, all right, I misjudged you. That's better than I thought. I don't know why you insist on carrying a stick instead of a sword, because you could handle a sword, but
then I would cut people.
Yes, that's what a sword is for. She kind of like sighs, shakes her head, and like walks off, sort of muttering to herself a little.
That's excellent.
About how kids these days aren't willing to fight, I think. So Jenna, what are you up to?
Well, you see, I have to assemble this love potion.
You do. Do you have a move or something for that? Or is this
I don't know.
I think you got to defy danger to get in and out of that garden.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Okay. Defy danger is plus daring.
Yeah, I think daring makes sense here.
So that's a 7 plus. Oh, -1.
Oh no.
That's a failure.
Yep. Okay. Wow. So tell me how you're trying to get into this garden and out safely.
So you know how I was supposed to dodge that?
The rattlesnake weed.
The rattlesnake plant?
Yeah.
Yep. The problem is the rattlesnake plant is Jenna can't quite remember which one's the live one and which one's the dead one, because they look the same to her.
Yeah.
Minus like a slight glow. So she thinks she's taken a clever path. I feel like it has to be on the way out of the garden. But like manages to get most of the things, but it doesn't really matter if you get bit by the live rattlesnake plant on the way out.
I mean, sure, you get the things, but yeah. God, what happens here? I think, well, you think it's just the ghost one, which is not a big worry, but like you probably still don't want to get bitten by it. And then
bitten by it before.
Yeah. It bites you and you're just kind of like, oh, waiting for the tingle. And instead it's just this awful burning pain spreading up your leg. And you manage to stagger out of the garden, drop the herbs you were carrying, and just like fall down. And there is a move for this. It's called stagger.
Oh, nice.
When you suffer a staggering physical or emotional blow, this is a physical blow, choose an option from the below, depending or based on the number of conditions you have marked. I have a condition. So 0 to 3 conditions. You have, whoops, that's not.
Oh, shit.
You have those options.
Eli, are you still there?
Oh.
Or he might be chatting. Because the 3 options are lash out at someone whose regard matters to you. Oh, I guess it could also be Asheara. To provoke them to do something foolish or harmful.
That seems like it would not be hard.
No.
And kind of what you were about to do anyway.
Yeah. Well, I got bit by a rattlesnake plant, and I'm trying to figure out who to lash out at to make them do something foolish or harmful.
Honestly,
You're muted.
even if you like yell for any of us, like, and get us to rush into that damn garden.
Hey, I made it out of the garden.
Yeah, we'll just hear you yelling from like inside the little fenced area though. You're out of the plants, but maybe like we wouldn't be able to see where you were in there. So we would just jump over the fence and then we're right in the middle of that thing.
Sure. Who wants to be foolish?
I feel like Asheara hasn't done her fair share of foolishness.
Yeah, I feel like you guys have to catch up.
Yep. Okay. Come on. Get on our level, Asheara. Come help me because I got the wrong snake to bite me.
So I think maybe you like yell for help or something, or maybe you just yelp when the plant bites you. And Asheara comes, like, she's relatively close by because nobody's that far away in this village except for Jim with the potato farm.
Yeah.
So she runs over and she jumps over there and tries to get to you without getting too close to the garden. Actual plants in the garden. And I feel like that's going to require her to roll something.
I think that's a really obvious defy danger. That's like actually what the move says.
So would it be grace at this point, or would it be daring? It seems like it'd probably be daring.
Yeah, are you fighting your way past these plants, or are you just trying to avoid them by running as fast as possible?
I'm trying to get past them. Like, I'll do like whatever I need to do to get past them. Like if I can. Yeah, but I'm hoping I don't have to get into a fight with them. There are some plants in there that would fight me, I'm sure, but
like the rattlesnake one.
Yeah,
I lost that fight.
Yeah. So okay, so let me roll. My daring is +0, so that's just a straight roll here. That's a 6, so I get to mark XP, and something bites me.
Oh, good. See, I was actually kind of hoping it would be Mina and it would be this result. But it might still.
There's still time.
Yeah. So the same thing happens to you, although you're not trying to go for the ghost rattlesnake weed. No, actually, wait. Roll that back a little bit. You run through there. You dodge, like you see the coiled up rattlesnake plant that bit Jenna. So you avoid it, and instead you step right down on the ghost rattlesnake plant.
So I know. So do I? Probably because I can't see it.
Right, like it's just kind of it's visible once you look down. After you feel something bite you and this odd tingling feeling, but like you didn't see it before that. It's almost transparent. It's kind of like this gray that blends in with the dirt. And you stagger out and fall down near Jenna, who is by this point hallucinating. What do you see, Jenna?
I think I'm having tea with all my ghost friends.
That's a pleasant hallucination. Cool.
Yeah. Which is very odd because a horse can't really bend its leg that way, and it's holding a teacup. It's a little off.
So do I need to roll the stagger thing as well?
Yep. You do. I'm so sorry. Not even rolled. You just pick that same options in the chat.
Okay. What do I roll plus with that one?
You don't need to roll at all
because you have one. A condition, so you just go to.
Oh, okay.
You just go by how many conditions you have, and you have less than 3. So.
Okay. Let's see. I think Asheara's blockheaded enough. She's going to just mark the other 2 conditions and like pick Jenna up and like get her out of the garden.
That's not a terrible idea. You feel strange and tingly and cold, and the the world is starting to have that. It's starting to look like it did just briefly back in the inn. Like it's just shifted a little, and it has like a. It's almost like you're seeing it through a slightly off window where the glass is a little warped or something. But you, where are you taking Jenna?
I'm starting off. I'm going to try and get her out of the garden. So like basically just out of the garden area first.
Okay.
And I think I'll take her to. If I don't see Periwinkle around anywhere, I'll take her to the only other witch I know of in the village, which would be Mina. So
that sounds good.
Yeah, that's
excellent.
And my other two conditions are angry and hopeless.
Oh, yep.
Wow.
Sorry.
You're having a bad day.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, and of course, like because I have the portents and stuff, like I'm thinking like this might be more guilt on me too, because I'm thinking this might be my fault.
Oh yeah.
I've stayed here too long. The portents are starting to get more serious. They're
Rather than Jenna was tired and walked into a rattlesnake.
Yep.
So Mia, Asheara shows up at your door carrying Jenna, who is mumbling something about tea and has a swollen, like discolored leg. And Asheara is kind of looking a little bit gray and wobbly herself.
Nice.
I think Jenna got bitten by that rattlesnake weed when she was trying to collect herbs from Periwinkle's garden.
And you don't look too great either.
I think one of them bit me, but it wasn't the same one. It's not whatever. Don't worry about that. Just I couldn't find Periwinkle. I need you to do something. Like she's obviously hallucinating. Like that's not good. I know that's not good.
Okay. Here, like let's take her into the clearing back in my backyard.
Okay, I hobble back there with her.
Jenna starts singing to all the plants.
And she's singing. Good. This is not good. She's singing. This is not good. She doesn't sing. She never sings.
It's okay. You take a seat over there, and I'll see what I can do with this. And I have my Awake the Wild that I can use to cleanse things of hurt or corruption or sickness.
Nice.
So that sounds pretty good. So let's see how this goes.
I feel like this needs to be a Disney song number. How badly did this go?
Eyes.
Good Lord.
Mina is on fire tonight.
Oh boy. Okay.
You just leveled up, didn't you?
I did.
Okay.
That's incredible.
Okay. Let's just 7 to 9, choose one. But okay, you're looking at these options that you would have taken if you had succeeded, and thinking of how they can backfire on you. And there are many plays. Well, the first thing that happens is that all the grass in your backyard dies.
Good.
And turns gray.
Good.
And starts like twitching weirdly.
Slugs for grass.
And growing like tendrils. Yeah, there's that. It kind of tickles. It's moving.
Who invited the octopus?
Let's see what other and you see like this odd gray, transparent-ish gray something coloration slowly spreading out from your yard into the village. Just started creeping it's slowly, in the sense that it's moving slower than you can, or like you can outwalk it, but still, like, it's moving at a substantial rate for weird ghostification.
Good. Good. Yeah, I think Mia's freaking out a bit, and I think that like magic has not worked, and so I think that it's time that I want to snap Jenna out of it using the emotional support move,
Excellent.
like the talk
You have a
them
-2 in that right now.
talk them out of that trip.
Nice. I'm excited.
Because I feel like we've got a bunch of conditions
Mhm.
stacking up.
Yes,
we need to
yes, you
purge
do.
them.
I
I
think,
guess Asheara has the most, but
yeah. Well, Shira's also there,
it's true.
and probably freaking out a little bit.
Why are you letting the octopus get
Yeah,
away?
I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna spend a string because I've got strings to spend.
Oh, good.
So I'll spend a string,
Oh, thank.
and I can reach out with soul, so that's a +5. So I still get +3 despite my -2.
That's good.
Nice.
I rolled a 7. +3 is 10.
Hey,
We
full success. The first of the night, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty great, and I think that it's Mia's kind of has like a little mini breakdown as all the stuff is happening. It's just like, Jenna, you need to snap out of it. Like, I need your help. The magic things are going so bad, and I know that I like messed up earlier with the talk about you and Asheara, but you need your help now. You have to come back to us.
cool. Yeah. Jenna hears that for surezies.
Do you open up to Mia?
Yes. Yes. Don't know what that means, but
It just says. Oh, I assume that means you. I don't know. You tell her something, or you respond in a. I don't know. Maybe you tell her how you feel about her. However,
Give
that
us
is at the
some
moment.
truth.
the truth.
Yeah. You're honest
Yeah.
with her in some way that reveals something.
Yeah. Well, okay, now I gotta read my things because I know I have a really awkward, like, smitten thing, which is called something about snails.
Are you smitten with me?
Maybe. I don't know.
Do I get more XP?
Does that? Because it is some of the people you were trying to put together.
That's true.
Yeah, you were all three in that scene, so.
Yeah. Oh, I can't find the snail move, but I think that's because I don't have it yet.
Yeah, you do. I just put smitten at the top of it, but it's.
Oh.
Wait, no, I didn't. Never mind. You're right.
Oh, yeah,
I thought it was your smitten question, but it's not.
Yeah. Cool. Cool. Yeah. So I'm giving you a string. Definitely smitten because you cared enough to wake me up after I was a dumbass. And I wasn't aware that Asheara carried me all this way. Just that suddenly you needed me to be here. And then I think you answer this question. What is an obvious thing about you that you are sure that would make them reject you?
That's a question for you, Jenna.
Yeah, that's a question for Jenna.
Yeah, sorry. I was thinking out loud. I'm not going to answer that yet because Gotta wake up and do action. I'm guessing that did not help with the whole poisoned thing, but probably with the insecure thing.
Yes. Yes. That one of your options is you can purge the insecure.
Let's purge that insecure. Yeah, cool. Now just rattled. Sneaked. Cool. Yeah. Jenna wakes up, is pretty startled. Is like, oh, hi.
And
And-
like, I'm sure for extra awkwardness is like Philomena's like real close to you.
yeah. And I think there's that moment of like, oh, person I like nearby. Oh no. Turn bright red again and like sidle away a little bit and like make that space and be like, the squid thing, the octopus thing, the gray thing. Thank you, by the way. But we should probably deal with that, or Asheara, or both. Oh, maybe my leg too, but that can happen later. Sure, that'll be fine.
Asheara has sort of a gray tint to her too. Not quite.
Maybe you should deal with that octopus thing first. Just whatever's going on there, that sounds serious. I don't know what an octopus is, but it's.
I mean, it's not walking that far. Can I try
It's not so much walking. It's just like spreading outward. It's like a patch of grass has turned gray and like it's spreading outward and it has like covered. So the whole backyard is now ghost grass, and it's like expanding into the village.
Cool. Is Mina's house far like on the edges of town, or is it more in the central town?
That's probably more on the edges, closer to the forest.
Then I think I would like to try to help poor friend Asheara for a hot second with some, I guess, emotional support, because I don't have much else. Oh, do I have string on you?
I thought both of you had
you have
strings
two.
on me.
Oh, awesome. I think I would like to do that fancy thing where you use the mechanics.
I'm trying.
Such good fancy moves. Yeah, and I'm gonna spend a string to add +3 to this roll, which yeah, I'm gonna do that and then figure out. Yeah, no, everything is fine. Because that is a 14.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right. Yeah, how do you do this so incredibly well?
Yeah. You know, spooky witch, A+ at making friends. Oh, there those things are. I think Jenna goes over and like, Jenna's been bit by this rattlesnake that is a ghost rattlesnake before, which is part of why she didn't panic when she got bit by the real one, which she should have. And like kind of has played enough with the, I don't know, ghost shit, has figured out how to squish, like magically squish the poison and take it out. And is like trying to be like, it's all good, everything's okay. Asheara, we'll just get this dealt with and then we'll deal with the other thing. But like, really it matters that you're able to help us and be with us in this moment. And the only way to make a difference is to be involved in the moment and in present. And that means you can't feel guilty or upset or, you know, poisoned. I'll deal with the poison part, but I need your help for the other ones. So.
Yeah. Okay. And that lets me. Let's see. Let me see the list of things that. Okay. So if I open up.
You get to pick one from that list.
Okay.
Both of you get to pick one from that list. I'm not sure if that was clear last time, if you both picked one or not.
I did. If you get smitten, you can get even more benefits. Just saying.
Let's see. I'll go with I'll clear one of those conditions. Let's see.
And I also would like to clear a condition for you.
Okay. Let's see. It looks like I'll do. I'll clear hopeless. I think that like that whole situation like looks a little less hopeless now.
Seems good.
Yeah. Well, lets me clear one, so I'm still guilty and angry, but you know.
Well, is it you choose one to clear and I choose one to clear,
Yeah,
or
but you
choose
can-
one option?
You would choose an option for you, and then I choose the option for me. I chose to clear a condition, and then on your side you can choose to clear one of your conditions or mark an
Oh.
extra XP or whichever one of those.
Or take +1 forward, or take a string. Any of those options.
We're going to get an XP. So cool. Now that that's dealt with, you look like you're not gray, like the grass, or that thing we need to deal with. We should deal with the thing we need to deal with.
Yeah, it's spreading. It's fast enough to be alarming. People are going to start noticing real quick here.
Cool.
Oops.
Can I commune with the unseen again?
Of course, you can always commune with the unseen.
Awesome. Okay.
You can always
Right.
commune with it until you look at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then it's not unseen anymore, and then you're stuck.
That's true.
Reroll selected. Okay, so that is another 14.
Cool. It's still got a string on you, but it has 2, which I need to use.
Has 2 string. Cool. So I want to I want to temporarily alter. No, oh no, I hide something in the unseen world. Does that mean I can put the squid back in the unseen world? Or the spreading sickness?
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense of any of these options.
Yeah. And then I learned something important from the unseen. So I'm guessing I learned something about it as I'm throwing it back away.
Okay, cool. I was actually, let's see, what do you learn important that the unseen would reveal to you? Is there anything in particular that you're looking to learn from the unseen?
Probably if this is not, I know it's a ghosty thing, but if it'll hurt anybody if I see it again, like if it's dangerous.
Okay. Yeah, it's dangerous. It's not dangerous to you because like you're a ghost witch. It's not dangerous to Mia for same reason basically. It is dangerous to Asheara, as we saw. But to anyone who doesn't have access to, who can't just commune with the unseen, yes, it's dangerous.
Cool.
Basically, the same thing that was happening to Asheara would happen to them.
Awesome. Fancy. I think Jenna, it looks kind of like Jenna walks a circle around the space as it shrinks away before looking like she slams a door and it vanishes completely.
Nice. And it's just like plain old ordinary kind of tan dead grass now. No ghost, no tendrils moving.
Nice.
Awesome.
Dead grass and be sad.
It'll grow back, probably.
Hopefully.
Just to awaken the wild. On the choose one, it's if you attempt this move while rushed or distressed, it works as above briefly, but afterwards the place or creature will fall dead and barren. And since it was a 6, I just took it another step. It died and also became a ghost. Just to point out that, what was the deal was with that.
Oh, I knew where you were going with it.
It was wonderful.
Cool. Okay, you this actually worked out very well for all of you. Cleared conditions. Except Asheara still has 2. Actually, does anyone want to try to take care of those?
I'm perfectly happy being still being angry and guilty a little bit. I like the motivational factor those will have for later.
Those are good. Yeah, good motivation. Cool. So I assume, well, maybe I'm assuming wrongly. Do you all share the various bits of information you've gathered?
I think we do sort of in the half-baked way we do. So
I don't know how much information Mia really has to share. So
I mean, Slithering Phoebe did imply that you were going to have to fight soon.
Oh yeah, that was weird.
And Rosie came over talking about how she was annoyed that we interfered in what she was doing, and maybe understood what I was saying about that being the Baron and the sheriff not necessarily having the same idea about what was going to happen that she did.
And Periwinkle thinks we're going to protect the town forever. I don't know how I feel about forever, just as a general sense. But
I'm not sure I can protect it. I'm not sure I'm protecting the town at all, no matter what I do.
It wasn't your fault that I walked into a snake plant. That is literally a plant in the ground that cannot move. I walked into it.
Yeah, that it's not quite the way that stuff necessarily works with me. I mean, you've seen what happens with the stuff that goes on with.
Yeah, the leaves are pretty though.
Yeah,
when they make the pretty patterns for you, that's cool.
Yeah. Although, things can also go badly, just like that. Go badly in that way too. It might not, next time it might not be leaves. It might be oh, look that look at that poor person's body. It's sprawled that way. That kind of stuff could happen. I don't want it to happen, but the portents aren't always nice and friendly, winking paintings or leaves making patterns. It can be bad.
Fair.
I'm not sure the longer I stay, maybe the longer I stay here, maybe the more trouble I'm causing. I don't know. I still feel like I still need to get some rest. Maybe that venom did more than I thought.
Yeah, rest after it really helps. And I had this thought about this really good tea that might help. Can I make some for you? It's not poison tea.
Sure.
Real nice.
Okay, I'm presuming it wouldn't be poison, but yeah, tea would be fine. I haven't had tea in a while. Usually we just have water or beer or mead. So tea would be nice.
Cool.
Where did you get tea, by the way? I didn't think we had any.
Yeah, you take leaves and you boil them.
But it can't just be any leaves. It's got to there's only a few plants that.
I mean, yes, but also there's mint right there. It'll be fine. We'll make you a good herbal tea. You'll calm down. You can take a nap. It'll be fine, and we can figure out our next steps from here.
Okay. It sounds good. Tea is good. And I think she's just sort of slumping back against that against that rock she was leaning on earlier. It's like, wow, this is really comfortable. Surprisingly. For a rock.
Gonna go make that tea for you then.
Do you need any help?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Help would be nice, I guess.
I'll go help with tea.
Is
Make
this
it
that tea?
Yeah, I wasn't sure. Is the tea?
Is
the
it
tea
tea?
that
Is
I was
it tea
thinking
or
of?
the other stuff? That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, we were all thinking you were talking about the love potion.
Shit! I want to make a love potion.
You've got that basket of ingredients just sitting in that garden.
Come on, Kristen. That's what we all thought you were talking about.
Well, I'm glad everyone else got there because I didn't.
So you're talking about actual just normal tea.
I guess I have a question. Do you remember what those herbs were for? After after that hallucination about making tea with your ghost friends? Or did you think you were just picking herbs for tea?
Did Periwinkle write the recipe down, or did she just tell you the recipe? And
I
let
thought
you...
she would have written it down.
She wrote it down, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's on a scrap of paper somewhere.
Yeah, I feel like it's in one of my pockets. And I think it's honestly very likely that I have been thinking about the love potion longer than just the last couple days. So yeah, I guess it is time to go shuffle and grab all the love potion ingredients and make a love potion tea.
I think you had all the ingredients there in that basket. They just you just dropped the basket
you just
there.
picked me up and moved me. I have to go get the basket and bring it back. But yeah, how do I make love potion tea?
I think this seems like it should require a roll. I guess first, who are you planning on using it on? Who's going to drink this tea?
What if it was just tea for everyone and we could watch how much of a hot mess it is?
You're just going to share the tea, okay?
Did anybody actually ask Periwinkle how this thing is supposed to work? Like, do you fall in love with the person you see, like after you're finished with the tea? Does it happen the next morning? Like,
I feel like that would be in the instructions.
It's probably on the instructions, and if you read them all the way through, it says that the two people have to share the tea, have to drink it together.
Is it only two people?
No. Yeah, it says something like, drink this tea with the one that you love, and they'll love you back.
Poly tea.
How do you all feel about some poly tea?
Do we even know that's what you're doing?
I didn't know this is what I was doing, but now it seems like a great idea. So I feel like Mina would probably catch on.
I don't think that Mia would know.
I'm not sure Mia would catch on to much of it.
I don't think that Mia would know, be like, oh, that's a love potion, but Mia would be like, oh, you're making a magic potion. Like, I can tell that there's power there and it does something.
Okay.
I just don't know what it is.
Yeah. Maybe it's in the collection of all, go back, get all the stuff, and then go to Mina's house to start assembling it. And I feel like Jenna would be one of the people who puts it on the recipe, tapes it to a cupboard so she can read it as she's moving around. So if Mina reads it, there's that. I feel like it's very specific. I feel like it's.
If you're putting it up, we'll read it and we'll know what it is.
Cool. Do you still help?
Then Mia gets kind of conspiratorial with you, and it's like, wait, Who are you making Asheara fall in love with?
No. Oh no. Oh no. More flustered. I don't know. Asheara was like saying all these things about leaving the town, and I don't know about you, but I think it's better if Asheara stays and you stay and I stay, and I don't know. What if all of us just had tea together?
Oh no.
And Jenna is like for real about this.
Oh man.
Like, come on. She just got back from fucking banishing the ghost stuff and also being bit by a real rattlesnake plant. All the brain things are not going there.
Yeah, and I think like this is one of those moments for me is like I'm not sure if that's a good idea.
Is there like, because I think if Mia, you have this yeah, you have a trial.
To experience an altered state with a friend. Good.
Just
Good.
also you can check off trust someone with your secrets only to be betrayed.
Oh, that is very
That
true.
definitely happens.
Yeah, I'm so on it.
I think also potentially it would be very easy to, if Mina was feeling like it, to redirect it to maybe actual tea or other, like, because you have the get drunk with friends thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about.
I think a love potion would definitely count.
Count as an altered state.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think okay, I know what we do here is Mia like walks over and puts her hand on Jenna's hand and is just like I don't think that I don't want Asheara to leave either, but there has to be another way.
You're right.
Mia being the voice of reason here.
But we can still drink the tea.
Not for long.
Yeah. That we should do that. That would be fine. But we should also first, I guess, make a sheer tea and then this.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Sounds great. I feel like the entire time the longer Jenna thinks about it, making Asheara's tea that is not the love potion, the more and more red she gets. Of like, oh wait, this person, okay, it'll be fine. I'm making a normal tea first. For my friend who's asleep on a rock?
And my crush just said that they would drink love potion tea with me.
Yep.
And and Asheara's just dozing. She's just dozing on the rock. She's not really asleep.
Maybe we should move her inside.
Yeah, I mean, I think we finish up pretty quickly and then head back out. Time to serve some tea.
Time to serve so many teas.
Okay. I think someone needs to roll something here. The regular tea is fine. Asheara is fine. Although if it had any other magical non-love potion effects, we can probably
do healing tea or something.
Yeah, maybe it's something that's like at least to help counteract some of the.
Yeah, I can make a soul like defy danger or something.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Don't worry, I'll roll it because I've been rolling so good.
Hey, you got that level up. I'm sure that helps.
Yeah, think again.
Oh God!
Even with your +2 soul.
Oh.
Roll 3.
No.
Okay, so something magical happened to that tea.
Yeah, get ready for poison.
Okay.
Or we
What
were
is
really
in
bad
this
about the teas.
But all your mugs look the same.
Yeah. What? Okay.
Maybe what happened is you fixed the love potion first, but then you use the same pot to brew the
Oh yeah, that makes sense. So it's like weaker love potion. You're not instantly in love or anything. But you do like you do feel oddly, I don't know, just
Also, question. Did Periwinkle give me a love potion or a lust potion? Because sometimes those
you
are
asked
used
for a love
interchangeably.
potion specifically, so I think it's a love potion.
Just wanted to clarify, because sometimes
yeah.
those are interchangeable in certain lores.
So
Yeah.
sure, you feel very friendly toward both of them. You're looking at them and you're like, oh, these are my good friends. They took care of me, and they both, I think, can get strings on you.
Oh yeah.
Whether you're smitten or not is completely up to you.
Oh, what's
I
your
don't-
smitten question?
Oh gosh. I'm not sure if she's there yet, but like right now I think she's a little groggy, but maybe she might make that decision like after the tea.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, the other I guess this would be Jenna's role.
What am I rolling?
What do you have a magic move for this?
No,
not really.
I just
okay.
need
Okay. What is this?
What would
This
this be
I
an
almost want to say entice. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a really weird entice.
really weird entice.
Let's drink love potion together. Okay, there you go. That's entice.
Okay. So that's plus heart, which is a 1. Okay. Does it matter that the person I'm also trying I'm just gonna roll this.
I mean, yeah, I would say add 1 because she's clearly okay with this.
Okay. So that would be heart plus, or that would be plus 2. I rolled a 5, so that gets us to a 7.
Yay. Okay. Let's see here. Well, you can gain a string on Mia, or Mia can get flustered and awkward, promise something she thinks you want, or give in to desire.
It's all your choice.
All right, let me look at this.
It is exactly the Monster Hearts turn someone on move.
Good, good, excellent. Can't string on them. Yeah, I feel like that we're gonna do the Mia equivalent of give in to desire, which is that she gets extra giggly and like touchy feely
Aww.
and like cuddles up next to you.
Aww. That sounds great.
Um,
And everyone has to turn bright red. Seems perfect.
We just write it off as being like the tea's a little warm, so everybody just sort of gets flushed a little because
yeah.
it's hot tea.
Yeah. And Mia gets to mark off her experience in altered state with a friend.
Yep. I'm thinking. Wonder if this should be mirrored. I think it has the same effect on Jenna as it does on Mia, since the point is that it's like a double effect. So yes, you're both giggly and like cuddling.
Woohoo! Love potion works.
Yep.
Love potion
Sure is. Love potion success. I mean, not for its original plan, but
not for its
Are
actual
you guys sure this is just tea?
Of course it's just tea. Giggle, giggle, giggle.
Giggle, giggle. Mia tries to like drag Asheara into the cuddle puddle.
Aww. Cuddle puddle.
And I'm really checking this tea like, just looks like mint. Because this is like not something I've ever seen either one of them do, and especially not with each other.
Yeah, this is weird.
Yeah.
Do
I
you want
guess
to
I-
try to figure out a person?
Oh.
Yeah. I think so. You know, I'm hoping, or either that, or this is some new witch thing they haven't told me about yet.
Lesbianism. Which thing?
Well,
But this
With orgies.
I'm not sure if this is like just this. It could also just be like drunk people. Like that's why I was wondering about the tea.
Mia is the drunk friend.
Yeah.
it's true.
Here she is being the drunk friend again.
Okay. All right. So let's see. Figure somebody out. Okay. Ooh, that's absolutely terrible. That's a total of 4, and I think I have a minus to figure somebody out anyway. From my
Sounds like
conditions.
experience.
I love
Yep,
it.
that's definitely an XP. Yeah, I'm angry, so I have a -2 to figure anybody out. So it's like 1. It's a 1. It's a total of 1.
Wow. Okay.
I definitely do not figure anything
You
out.
did
with
not.
PTA?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
did you
There
prove?
maybe maybe they put a little bit of some kind of moonshine in this tea, maybe, but like you don't smell anything weird. And what can happen to this? Oh, I mean, this is obviously when you hear someone yell from like near the entrance to the village. Someone's yelling for you, Asheara.
Okay. I think she sort of shakes her head a little bit, just like, oh, that is for me. Okay. I gotta go check on this. I'll be back. Just maybe. Okay. You guys are good. And she sort of staggers off towards the entrance to the village. I think she's slowly like getting back to herself now. Like after the tea, after having the ghost venom, withdrawn, and like she's every few steps she's getting a little less shaky. I think.
Mhm.
So by the time she's to the person that was calling for, I think she looks almost okay. She's still a little pale, but she looks almost okay.
It's not a person. There's nobody there. There's just a lot of leaves falling from a tree that isn't there either. And as they fall, they land on the ground in a big star shape around you.
Okay. Okay, so now it's coming into the village. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think she looks down and says, "Okay, I get it. I'll go."